welcome back to my channel. This is the last instalment of the Sweeney Todd room, Mrs Lovett's kitchen. Well, my idea of Mrs Lovett's kitchen, sort of. I'm making some wallpaper here and I'm just using dirty water out my paintbrush pot, and it needs 2 coats, so once I've done this first layer I'll do another one, and when it's wet I'll crinkle it up so it looks like I've got creases in the wallpaper, and then once it dries it makes some lovely crease marks, like it's been there a long time, there's damp on the walls, you know, that kind of thing. And like I said, it needed 2 coats, so it gave me the colour I needed, because when it dried a lot lighter than it looks here. So I put these somewhere to dry, and that were left for a while, and then moved on to the next thing. Just for my peace of mind, at the minute the poll on my community thing, is neck and neck with 2 of them. So if you could please make my mind up for me and vote on there, that'd be great, because right now it's stuck between 2 of them. Eek. So now I'm making the shelving. And now it's supposed to look for me like someone's just chucked some shelves up out of old scrap wood. And thanks to a certain somebody for getting me this, because she knows how bad my hands are, and it was a godsend to do several pieces of wood at once. Otherwise I'd have had to do it one at a time and probably ended up having to have lots and lots of breaks in between, because when I did the actual walls I did one a week because it just hurt. So this thing, awesome, absolutely blooming awesome. I love it. So thank you again, lady. So now I'm measuring up roughly what I want in my head. This changes, as it always does. Oh, and just so everybody knows, don't put stupid that glue. What's the word of that glue? What's the name of it, I mean? Oh, good grief. Super glue. There we go, super glue. I don't know why I have to hum to get to my brain to work. My brain. But yeah, don't use super glue on a silicone mat. It sticks. It sticks hard. It sticks too hard. But anyway, I was shown this trick of using wood glue and then super glue to get it to dry quicker. I think it was Bentley House Minis I saw her do it on. Might not have been wood glue then, now I think about it. But she definitely did something to make things dry faster. So then you're not faffing about all the time trying to get things to stay together. And it does work, believe me. It's wonderful. Getting it off the mat, however, because I'm an idiot and forgot myself. If I'd have just put it on something plastic, then I could have peeled that off. But no. So now I've ruined a silicone mat. But now I'm going to build it up, because I want it to be 2 deep rather than 1 deep. And another one will be made 1 deep, because I want to make like a depth on the back wall. And this falls apart because I decided to pat it, and yeah, silly woman, it stuck to my hand. I mean, oh, good grief. How silly can one person get with only one brain? But you can see I'm slopping wood glue everywhere just to make sure it stays. And it worked pretty well. Yeah, well, until I did this bit. See? It stuck to my hands. But then, all's good. All works. Just great. And then I'm now going to distress it. No, I'm not. I'm going to paint it white. Mucky white, because I'm using the dirty water out of my pot again, so it's like it's not grey, it does look like a dirty white. And I paint the other one as well in like I think it's like a dirty blue. Yeah. It's not really dirty, it's just paint water, honest. But you can see I'm going to speed of light. If I'd have done this video how I actually made things at the time, you would be here for an hour and a half at least. Ain't no one got time for that. But anyway, I'm painting it all up, making sure it's all nicely covered, and making sure to shift my fingers out of the way every now and again, just to make sure I'm not getting fingerprints everywhere. And now I'm going on to the box that holds the cutthroat razors. And I was going to make it out of wood to start off with, and I thought, well, no. It'd be easier if I just do it this way, because I'd really, really have to be cutting up tiny then, and my eyes just can't cope with that. So I make the lid, and I don't want to cut too much, and so I use the end of a stick just to make an indentation of the lid. And then I'll go on with the base, which will hold, I think, 4 cutthroat razors. Well, the edges of cutthroat razors. You can't actually take them out, which is not what it's meant to do anyway, for me. But I use my favourite tool. Well, one of my favourite tools. I've got several now. And I make grooves in the polymer clay just to give the impression of the blade. And I put the lid on just to see if it's the right size, and I'm having to just adjust it a little bit. And I'll be putting on a hinge, well, a sort of fake hinge with a little bit of a snake of polymer clay. Snake of clay, yeah. And this is where I'm putting the grooves in. And inside the box, it's like a very old, tattered red velvet. So I want to have the hint of the red velvet in, but also I want the blades to, not the blades, the cutthroat razors to shine through. So there I'm putting on my hinge, and I shall attach the lid to that hinge, and I'm just giving it a little bit of an indent so it looks like it's stuck on the outside. It looks all wibbly wobbly until there. That's better. And I'm just making sure that my box is all nice and neat inside. And then I'm going to make my razor. This was an absolute pain in the bum because it's so tiny. If you look at it from that angle, it looks too big to fit in the box. But you've got to remember that you'd actually fold it into itself. Well, it's polymer clay and it's got to be cooked so it's going to stay in one position. That's why I kept looking at the size of the handle compared to the box, which you will see soon. And I'm only doing it thin because they are really thin. It's supposed to be like cut through paper kind of thin, aren't they? And I didn't want to put too much detail on the actual blade itself because otherwise I'd have gone straight through. It is that thin. So I put a little bit of pattern on the handle and a little bit extra onto the joint, just so it looks like it's sort of stuck together, like it's going to hinge shut. Do you know, I wish I could get my words right. That's not what I'm trying to say, but I'm sure if you've seen Sweeney Todd, you'll know what I mean. Fun fact, Johnny Depp couldn't cope with the cutthroat razors and having to open them, so he asked them to make him one that had a button so he could open it properly without cutting himself. Also, fun fact, Sacha Baron Cohen actually did intensive training with a cutthroat just so he could do the shaving bit like a professional. I guess he didn't want to cut somebody's throat for real. I'm putting some dark watered down paint onto this now to just distress it a bit, give it a bit more depth, a bit more shadowy looks to it. And I painted the cooked box and razor with black paint. This is my second shelving, and like I said, it's just one deep. Now I'm going in with the red. I wanted the black on first just to get a bit more tone. I think that's the word I'm looking for. Yeah, tone. So it's not so in your face blood red. And I've painted the cutthroats black again because I want to put silver paint over the top. And obviously this silver paint's absolutely rubbish. It's rubbish. It's alright if you want to put something on as like a sheen, but actual silver, no. I ended up having to go in with a metallic pen after it had all dried. And I'm just making sure I get all my little bits of red in and it doesn't get messed up. And then my brown, I go back in again. And look, the silver does not show. So you give it a bit of a sheen when you rub it on, but that's all. And it still wasn't shiny enough for me. But I put a bit of black wash on it just to see, just to make it stand out. Now I'm putting my shelving up. I've already put my meat hook up, but I do change that. And this light is temporary. It's just so I can show you what I've done. It's just one of them stick-on things that you press. That's obviously my kitchen bit, and of course that fell off the wall because I didn't hold it long enough. But you can see that the wallpaper now is up and the flooring's up, and I'm using this just to hold on to it a bit more, and that just so it don't slide off. And if you can see my hand, it's my mobile diary. As I was measuring the walls and stuff for the paper, I wrote it on my hand so I didn't forget by the time I got to my desk, which is a foot away. Yes, a foot away. I would have forgotten. So I'm using super glue now because it's only wallpaper I'm gluing it to, not the actual doll's house. So if I wanted to rip all this lot off and start again, it's easy done. And I did move the meat hook, like I said, because it was in the wrong place for me. You couldn't see it behind the counter. In the furnace, I've also made a light, well, a fire. I broke what's them little battery candle thingies, broke it apart, and stuck that in, and then put some, would you believe, leftover silicone bits and some foam to make the fire. I painted it red and brown and black just so it would look like a fire when it glows up. And I'm trying to place all my bits, and I've done a set of stairs. The stairs were just a basic wooden stair, nothing on it, just steps, no banister, no nothing. So I painstakingly glued a lot of sticks to it and then went over with polymer clay and painted it brown. I haven't glued the stairs in because I may change them to fit somewhere else or use them as a template to remember how I did it in the first place. Oh God. I have got another light just staring into the abyss, trying to pick up things, and I'm gluing stuff to my shelves because I don't want to go and actually move the doll's house and knock it and everything flies off. The only things that will not be glued down is the counter, the furnace, the table and chairs, and the little bits that I leave on the floor. Everything else is glued down. Even the candle on the stairs, that's glued to the stairs because that'll fit in any room. It doesn't matter if I do use them somewhere else. Oh, and the only other thing that's not glued into place is the pie on the pizza tray plate thing that you put in the oven. I put in the oven. The pie's glued down, but the what is that thing called? I have no idea. That I've just been faffing with. That won't be glued in the oven. That's so I can take it out if I want to. But I will leave you with lots of pictures, and this will all be changed round, and you'll see the light on, and you'll see everything as in the walls close up and all that stuff. So I shall leave you to it. There's a few bits and bobs to be done with, And then I hope you like it, and please vote again on the community post. Really need your help with this one because I can't decide which one to go for next. And please, if you like it, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, comment. Helps with the silly algorithm thing. And I hope to see you all again soon for the next room for the Burton House. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.